You have seen players in our league try to like toughen up Caitlin. We call her CC. CC. For even when I wasn't on her team, like I know the talks that Phoenix had in the locker room of like, no, we're gonna prove her, we're gonna show her what the W really is. You know what I mean? And like I get it to a certain extent. And like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're gonna treat them. But
Right.
there's just more for her. So it's her second year. And like now being on her team and like seeing it, I'm like, what are people doing? Like actually it's just too much. Too much.
The silence has been deafening, the targeting relentless, and for too long, no one with a platform has been willing to say what desperately needs to be said. While the basketball world watched its brightest new star endure a level of aggression that felt more like a vendetta than a sport, a storm was brewing. That storm has a name: Sophie Cunningham. A 6-year WNBA veteran, Cunningham witnessed firsthand what was happening to her Indiana Fever teammate Caitlin Clark, and finally declared that enough was enough, becoming the unexpected and unapologetic voice for millions of frustrated fans.
Sophie said some very unapologetic things. The kind of things that have made her beloved by Fever fans and continued to have her adversaries and detractors crash out. I mean, that's pretty much as simple as you can put it. I mean, the phenomenon of Sophie Cunningham is in large part due to Caitlin Clark, right? Sophie comes over, she protects Caitlin Clark in that Connecticut Sun game, throws JC Sheldon to the floor. That's when she became a viral sensation. But she's always had that personality. She's always been pretty well known in the WNBA space, and now she's on the most hype.
What happened next was unprecedented in WNBA history. During a contentious game against the Connecticut Sun, Sophie Cunningham didn't just defend her teammate, she became the enforcer the league didn't know it needed. After watching an opponent get overly physical with Clark, Cunningham delivered a hard foul that sent a ripple of shock through the arena and a clear message to the entire league. If you mess with Caitlin Clark, you are messing with Sophie Cunningham. That single moment of intervention.
Now, we know Caitlin Clark has been seeing a level of attacks, I should say, dealing with WNBA stars in different
You have seen players in our league try to like toughen up Caitlin. We call her CC. CC. For even when I wasn't on her team, like I know the talks that Phoenix had in the locker room of like, no, we're gonna prove her, we're gonna show her what.
But Cunningham's defense wasn't just based on a single game, it was built on inside knowledge. She has since revealed that during her time with the Phoenix Mercury, teams would openly strategize on how to intimidate the young phenom. She described locker room discussions centered on how they were going to toughen up Clark and show her what the W really is. This wasn't just aggressive play, this was a premeditated campaign to physically and mentally challenge the league's big.
So many fans were waiting for somebody to do what Sophie did. But Sophie Cunningham was not worried about hurting any feelings on this podcast either. This is what she said about the idea that Caitlin Clark may not be the face of the league, which is, you know, just an asinine concept that has been thrown out by some.
And it literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
What makes this situation so damning is Cunningham's admission that what she's witnessing now as Clark's teammate goes far beyond any normal rookie initiation. Every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're going to treat them, Cunningham explained, but there's just more for her. Now that she sees it up close every single day, her frustration has boiled over. I'm like, what are people doing? Actually,
wow, all the sports anchors, they're all haters too. That's crazy. They're definitely not analysts. They don't know shit about basketball. Rick? What the fuck are you talking about? I've never seen so much hate on a new athlete since I've been living. Since my 43 years of living, I've never seen so much hate towards an athlete. He says, oh, she's not getting bullied. This is normal physicality. If you're gonna be talking shit, putting it in my face and saying, yeah, what up, then you gonna have that shit coming for you. Somebody gonna bust you in the mouth for knocking a shot down and talking shit about it. Not because she's a dirty player or not because, you know, she's trying to hurt people, just because she's running.
The statistics back up every word of Cunningham's concerns. The numbers paint a disturbing picture of a player being singled out. In her rookie season alone, Caitlin Clark received an astonishing 20% of all flagrant fouls issued in the entire league. Let that sink in. One single player, a rookie, was the recipient of 1/5 of the league's most severe fouls.
So look, what we all been witnessing right before our eyes about our precious CC, my precious CC, Caitlin Clark. For the ones who didn't know, So basically, she was saying that when they was preparing, when she was on the other team before she came to the Indiana Fever, we talking about Sophie Cunningham. She was basically saying that the Phoenix Mercury players were basically game planning and saying that they was going to assault her and give her a whack onto the WNBA.
What's even more disturbing is the pattern of escalation that Sophie Cunningham has watched unfold. From the Kennedy Carter blindside hit that was initially dismissed as a common foul, to the Alyssa Thomas shoulder check that somehow avoided a flagrant call, to the Marina Mabrey shove that sent Clark sprawling to the ground, the incidents keep happening. With each new attack, the referees seem to look the other way, allowing the physicality to grow more dangerous.
Like, I get it to a certain extent, and like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're going to treat them. But there's just more for her. So it's her second year, and like now being on her team and like seeing it, I'm like, what are people doing? Like, actually, it's just too much, and like it's just. I'm over. And if I'm saying it's too much, then it's probably too much.
No, that's
what makes
like,
Sophie Cunningham's defense of Caitlin Clark so powerful is that she's speaking from a position of undeniable knowledge and experience. This isn't some outside observer making assumptions from a distance. This is a 6-year WNBA veteran who has played against Clark and now plays with her. She has seen both sides of the coin. She was in the locker rooms where the targeting was planned, and now she's on the court.
There's no player ever that's gotten this type of treatment coming into the league. LeBron would probably be the closest person that got this type of treatment. And that's only because he big as fuck and he used to come to the lane, and the only way you could stop him is to pull him down. But even when they used to pull his ass down, they did not try to hurt him. A lot of times they would just grab LeBron and just stop him from falling. It wasn't malicious with this shit. And it's so sad that y'all just turning a blind eye. Y'all just like, oh, it's not bullying. She's not getting targeted. She deserves it because she talks trash. Oh my God. You know who talks 10 times more trash than Caitlin Clark? Anthony Edwards. You know who's even worse than that? Luka.
Sophie Cunningham isn't afraid to address the elephant in the room, the jealousy that other WNBA players feel toward Caitlin Clark. While many dance around the issue, Cunningham has been direct. The evidence of this jealousy is everywhere. In the 2025 WNBA All-Star voting, Clark led all players in fan votes, but was shockingly ranked 9th among guards by her fellow players. Basketball legend Dick Vitale.
Dude, and it literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. Like, we have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league, or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as shit.
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as
The most damning part of what Sophie Cunningham has witnessed is the direct physical toll this has taken on Caitlin Clark. After never missing a single game due to injury during her 4 years at Iowa, or in her entire rookie WNBA season, Clark has been injured for a huge portion of the 2025 season. She has missed 14 regular season games due to 3 separate soft tissue.
And I almost venture to say that if Sophie Cunningham wasn't who she is, and people didn't sort of know what she's about, she wouldn't have been fined. But am I shocked that an activist basketball league decided to target Sophie Cunningham? No. I'm not surprised by that. I mean, this whole league's got all of its priorities all bleeped up from the very...
Sophie Cunningham has also called out the referees who have repeatedly failed to protect Caitlin Clark. Her most memorable critique came in the form of a TikTok video that humorously, yet pointedly, questioned the officiating. The WNBA's response was swift and predictable. They fined Cunningham $500 for the video, but her reaction was perfect. She reposted it with the caption, "I got fined $500."
WNBA last year was the first year in its like 25-30 year existence that it was profitable. Made $1 million, but it was the first time that it didn't lose money because the NBA supplements. Well, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, you have to go from the 8,000 seat WNBA arena to the 30,000 seat whatever arena across town, because of ticket sales and all of the apparel and all of this stuff that's coming from Caitlin Clark. And you're just like, okay, but the league is totally destroying her. You know, they're trying to destroy her from within, and it's the players that can't.
Cunningham's most explosive moment came on her new podcast, Show Me Something, when she absolutely destroyed anyone who dares to question Clark's status as the face of the WNBA. It literally pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league, Cunningham declared with raw passion. She wasn't just offering an opinion, she was...
One of the biggest epidemics in the history of sports right now is going on with the WNBA and their referees. They suck. All right, their referee situation blows. The officiating, they can't get the calls right. When they do go over to look at something, it takes them forever, and then they still get it wrong. And they also will not come down on these players for trying to take out the league's greatest asset. The league's greatest golden goose that is going to eventually make all these players and the commissioner and all these people all this money. They won't officiate. They won't take care of.
Sophie Cunningham has backed up her fierce words with fearless actions. She has fully embraced the role of enforcer, and the fans have rewarded her for it. Since joining the Fever, Cunningham has received more flagrant fouls than almost any player in the league besides Clark and Aaliyah Boston. She's taking hits, absorbing contact, and sending a powerful message that
the phenomenon of Sophie Cunningham is in large part due to Caitlin Clark, right? Sophie comes over, she protects Caitlin Clark in that Connecticut Sun game, throws J.C. Sheldon to the floor. That's when she became a viral sensation. But she's always had that personality. She's always been pretty well known in the WNBA space, and now she's on the most high-profile team, getting all sorts of endorsement deals and the like, and has been playing extremely well as...
The aftermath of Cunningham's defense has been immediate and powerful. Within 48 hours of her on-court intervention, she gained nearly 600,000 TikTok followers. Her jersey sold out completely. Fans weren't just supporting her, they were celebrating her, calling her the enforcer and buying her merchandise until it was listed as unavailable.
Let's take a look at this photo right here. If this doesn't tell you that Caitlin Clark, everywhere she goes, moves the needle, ESPN and all these talking heads are idiots. She did not even play in this game. This game was actually the Barbie game for Angel Reese. But look at the amount of people that came to this game just to see Caitlin Clark sit on the bench.
Here's what Sophie Cunningham understands that many others in the league seemingly don't. The current situation is completely unsustainable. You cannot continue to target, injure, and disrespect the one player who is single-handedly transforming your league without severe consequences. Every hard foul that goes uncalled, every cheap shot that gets ignored, and every targeting incident. What makes Cunningham's sacrifice even more significant is that the pattern of officiating, or lack thereof, is now extending to her. During the controversial Connecticut Sun game, Cunningham was elbowed in the face with no call from the referees. She was grabbed by the neck during a loose ball scramble against the Sparks, and still there was no whistle. The WNBA now stands at a critical crossroads, and Sophie Cunningham has forced it to look in the mirror. The league has a choice to make. It can continue to allow the jealousy, targeting, and referee incompetence that is slowly destroying Caitlin Clark, or it can step up, listen to the increasingly loud voices of players like Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham has forced the WNBA to confront an uncomfortable truth. The signs are everywhere. Clark's injuries are mounting, the targeting continues, and the referees remain inconsistent. The WNBA's future hangs in the balance. They possess the most transformational player in women's sports history, an economic miracle that could reshape